It's a story that broke our hearts here at Fox 2. An 88-year-old man is tied up, beaten, robbed in his own home. The incident leaving him so shaken, he thought a local TV news crew knocking on his door was part of another attempt to attack and rob him. Afraid and confused, that elderly man allegedly fired a gun, sending the reporter and a photographer running for cover.
Yeah, so many Fox 2 viewers expressing concern for this older man. Fox's Amy Lange has more on how he's doing tonight.
I opened the door and they come in here and they tied me up and beat me up, and I ain't gonna do it no more.
88-year-old Wilbert Streeter refused to open his door. After all, he was terrified, traumatized after becoming a victim in his own home. Tied up, a gun pointed at his head, his home ransacked on Thursday by a couple of men who forced their way in after Streeter opened the door for a woman who was outside knocking. They were all in on it together. So when a Fox 2 news crew knocked Monday evening to try to talk to him, he was afraid.
Well, wouldn't you? Somebody beat you up and go kill you and got a gun in your head, wouldn't you?
So afraid that when a photographer and reporter from Channel 7 showed up after us, Mr. Streeter fired his gun at them, thankfully missing, ending up in handcuffs, and spending the night at the hospital.
He's doing better today. Obviously, he's been through a rough few days here.
Sergeant Mike Woody says Streeter admits to firing the shot and feels terrible about what he did.
We're very lucky that nobody was seriously injured, hurt, or even killed. And I think that Mr. Streeter is also very grateful for the same. He had just been brutally attacked days prior, so that's, it weighs heavily on one's mind.
It's not yet clear if this 88-year-old man will face charges.
We still have a very unfortunate situation that needs to be contended with. We still have to do our due diligence and follow the law. It's one of those things where you're just happy that nobody got hurt. And everybody's heart's going out to Mr. Streeter, but also the reporters that were involved. It was kind of an ordeal for them too, so hopefully they're okay.
They are fine, though it was incredibly scary for the 2 news crews, but they and so many others are more worried about Wilbert Streeter. Detroit police are working with Mr. Streeter's grandchildren to make sure he is cared for once he is out of the hospital.
They are putting things in place, and we are doing everything we can to help them out.
The bigger issue here, police say, is the rise in crime against our elderly.
Although I don't have any data in front of me, I can tell you that these crimes against our elderly are going up, and they're being perpetrated by cowards in the street. These young thugs who prey upon our elderly when they least expect it. These kinds of things have got to stop. We need our community members to stand up and let us know when these events occur and who these individuals are that are perpetrating these crimes. We need to do better by our senior citizens.
Police are still looking for the people who robbed Wilbert Streeter. Anyone with information, please call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. In Detroit, Amy Lange, Fox 2 News.